Good morning and welcome to Caretaker's Corner, where we discuss everything that has to do with taking care of our elderly disabled parents, our disabled spouses, our adult disabled children, and most importantly, ourselves. My name is CJ, and I am your guide on this journey. And last week, I did a video on caregiver rights, Caregiver Bill of Rights. And I mentioned in that video that I had posted it previously, but I couldn't find the original document and everything. Well, I have found the original document, and I went over 5 items last week. Six, because I went over the attitude of gratitude. Cannot miss that one. It's the most, in my personal view, it's one of the most important things we can do in a day. I did find the original document, and I will be posting the complete document in the pinned comments today, and I will also try and do it as a downloadable document. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot about how to use YouTube. I know I've been posting videos for 2 years, but yeah, I also work full time and I'm a caretaker full time. So I have to learn as I go. So I'm going to go over a few more items. There were actually 10 originally. So with the attitude of gratitude, that makes 11. And then I will post because it's actually written up as a document where it says, and then you insert your name as a dedicated caregiver, recognize that to provide the best care for others, I must first uphold my own fundamental rights. And then it starts listing all 10, actually 11 now, rights. Some of these I went over last week, so I will be skipping over those. I will be going over the other ones that are in this one. So let's go ahead and cover number 3. It says, I have the right to be good enough rather than perfect. I reject the pressure to be a superhero. Competent, compassionate care is a victory. I think that says it all. We like to think that we're superheroes, and we're not. Our loved ones like to think that we can do everything, and we can't. And we have to just understand that we are human. We are not superheroes. And that is really hard for us because we like to think that we are. We like to think that we can do everything. Case in point, I have a friend right now who's probably on the verge of just crashing hard because she's got one parent in a hospital and he's been in the hospital for almost a month, and one parent at home that she takes care of. Now, she has help with all of this from her spouse and from other family members. She's just been going full on speed crazy for the last 4 weeks. And she really needs to take some time to just sleep and relax. And it is not working out well for her. And she's in one of those situations that caretakers get in where whether we're superheroes or not, we still have to step up and take care of business. And there's not a whole lot in her situation that she can do minus take extra naps when she can get them. I guarantee once the medical issues are resolved, she'll probably sleep for a week, and she deserves it. But we have to understand that we can't provide perfect care. If we could, we wouldn't need hospital staff. We can only do the best that we can do. We are not knowledgeable about every aspect of the medical field. We try to understand our loved ones' medical issues to the very best of our ability and to understand how to properly give them care. But there is a learning curve involved because we're not medical individuals. I have no medical background whatsoever, but I've been a caretaker for most of my life, and I do know a bit about taking care of people. I mean, we learn as we go. We do build on our knowledge and on our abilities. Yeah, we're not superheroes. We just have to do the best we can. And if our loved ones don't understand it, they have to deal with it. Just do the best you can and understand that you can only do the best that you can. And that's all that you can do. Next one is, I have the right to say no to unreasonable demands. This includes demands from family members who don't help, or even from my loved one when their requests compromise my health or safety. I don't have this problem anymore. In the past, I have, where family members that are not part of the family group that take care of each other have wanted me to do stuff for my family member that totally outside of the normal care. And usually this had to do with my mother and father-in-law, because I don't think anybody, I mean, I was dad's primary and only caretaker. I'm currently mom's only caretaker, so I don't really have an issue with that. I have a lot of people that help me out with mom and with Barbara, but nobody's ever put an unrealistic demand on me for that. However, my mother-in-law, God love that woman, and I did, don't get me wrong, but she would put a lot of demands on you that were just unreasonable. It was like, "Yeah, I can't do that." Well, case in point, she liked playing bingo. It's a family thing, apparently. But we moved out in the middle of nowhere, and I was working a whole lot, and Barbara was working a whole lot. She was like, "Oh, well, you just got home from work, and well, you need to take me to bingo." Well, no, no, I don't. I need to rest. That would be the biggest issue that I sometimes have actually with Barbara is that there are times when I'm just totally exhausted and want to go to bed, and she wants me to do stuff. It's like, no, I really need to go to bed and sleep. I think that would be the biggest for most caretakers is just exhaustion and needing sleep. And our loved ones or family members are like, well, can you help me do this? And can you help me do that? And there comes a point where you have to draw that line and say, no, I can't, especially if it comes to driving while you're extremely tired. I will not absolutely do that. I will say, no, I am too tired to drive because then you're not only putting your health at danger, you're putting anyone else's health at danger that is on the road while you're driving like that. Definitely draw a line at anything that could put your health or the health of somebody else in danger. I have the right to protect my physical and mental health. My sleep, nutrition, medical checkups are all just as vital as those of the person I care for. And I can never say this enough that you should always take care of yourself. Your health is vital to their health. If you are not able to physically take care of yourself, you cannot physically take care of them. The worse shape you're in, the less you can do for them. And that is a very important thing. I know a lot of people off the top of my head that keep putting their health on the back burner. Not a good choice. There are some things that I've put on the back burner over the years, but it's nothing usually like a big health issue. Like I'll postpone going in for a doctor's visit. You do have to take very good care of yourself. Make sure to do your checkups. Make sure to take your medicine. Make sure to eat your food properly. Exercise. And I'm not the best one about when it comes to some of this. I know I've been going full speed right now with everything we've got going on here, and I have not been 100% about doing my yoga or getting up on time. My nutrition, oh, that goes with however my stomach decides to go at the time. But as far as the exercise and stuff, I have not been 100% on it, and I am not going to lie to anybody about it. Hell, I even did a video on I'm not perfect. And so that's one of those things that I am not perfect on, but I sure try to be. It makes a big difference in my life and my ability to take care of everybody. So I have the right to take breaks without explanations. I do not need to justify why I need to take 20 minutes of silence or a weekend away. I actually may have covered that one last week, I think. But once again, you have the right to take time for yourself. If you don't, you will go flipping mad. You will start getting angry for no reason. You have to recharge your batteries. And that's with anything in life, not just with caretaking. Even if you're a parent, if you work like crazy, there comes a point where you just need to take a weekend for yourself. You need to take time for yourself, recharge your own batteries. Otherwise, you will burn out. And burning out is not a good thing. It will end everything really, really quick. So it's important to take your breaks. It's like at work, I tell everybody, it's like, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to take my vacation and all this. I'm okay staying at work. No, you earn that vacation. You need to take that vacation. Whether you take it one day a week for so many weeks or whether you take it all at once, it is yours. You earned it. You need to take it. As caretakers, we don't get vacation days, but we do need to take the vacation days. That can be kind of hard if you don't have a good support system to help you out with caretaking. It's still something that we need to do. I have a right to find joy, laughter, and humor, even in the hardest of seasons. I am allowed to laugh. Humor is often the only bridge across a difficult day. Amen. We are allowed to have our emotions, good, bad, or indifferent. We're allowed to have them. Laughter is really the best medicine. They say it's yoga for your insides, and I am a firm believer in having laughter in your life. It really can change your mood really fast. I'm lucky I come from a family of people that we laugh over anything, and even at inappropriate times, we will start telling jokes just to help people feel better. And it's very important that you maintain laughter. It will help keep your mood elevated and give you energy when you need it. It's very important you stay in good humor. So this next statement may not be exactly perfect, but I find when I'm taking care of everybody I've taken care of, if I'm in a good mood, they're going to be in a good mood. There's only one exception to that rule. And of course, you're not going to guess this, but it was my mother in law. And she was just always cranky, usually. I don't know. She had trouble being in a good mood a lot. Overall, most of the people, if I'm in a good mood, they tend to get into a good mood. So your mood affects those around you, and that is a very important thing to remember. And vice versa, their negative mood can affect you. So if they are in a negative mood, you got to be in a positive mood to offset that. Don't let their negative mood pull you down. You already have a lot to deal with. You don't have to deal with their negativity. And that's an important thing to remember. Like my mom, if she tends to get negative Nancy thing going on, I kind of just zone out and ignore her, which she does. She's still going through a lot of grief, which I try to be very supportive of the grief. I think she's doing very well taking on having to do all this stuff herself that she used to have a partner for, or stuff that my stepdad used to do entirely that she now has to do. Like he used to drive all the time, so now she's having to drive, and she's having to get used to that. She still has these points, and she always has throughout my entire life. She can be very negative. So when she starts getting like that, I just kind of ignore her. You do not have to deal with a negative attitude from anybody. So that's an important thing to remember. You have a right to your own privacy and boundaries. Being a caretaker does not mean I must surrender every inch of my personal space or every secret of my heart. I have my own office area down here in the basement where I shoot my videos, and this is like my area. So I have my privacy down here. If I start getting frustrated up there, I'll just come down here and relax. This is where I do my yoga, and so I have this area. So hopefully you have an area that you can go and you can hide and you can take care of things yourself. It's like a understood thing that this is your area, whether it's a little nook where you can read a book, a front porch that you can go out and just breathe on, a place that you can go for a walk. Taking that time to go for a walk just to be by yourself for a while, that sometimes I can consider that being part of your own area and your own boundaries. The people we take care of, whether they're spouses or parents or children, like I was just going over a few minutes ago, you don't have to share every feeling you have with them. You can save all of that to yourself. You can have private journals if you need to get it out. You can use your caretaker journal for that. You can do a video journal. That way you can just shout it all out and you don't have to worry about trying to write it the best in the world. But that's one way to be able to share your feelings and your emotions, but not share your feelings and emotions. I know I keep my boundaries. I try to keep my boundaries pretty solid, especially on my time, which is usually where I draw the lines on boundaries is my time. Time is one of the most valuable things we have. I think it's very important that, especially as caretakers, we are very good stewards of our time. As I've gone over many, many times, my Sundays are pretty much all non-negotiable. This would be a Sunday that would be because Monday's a holiday here, so I don't have to work. So I would play with this Sunday, but I normally do not play with my Sundays. They're for my video in the morning and food prep, laundry, and all that in the afternoon. You have to come up with the boundaries that work best for you. Keep them solid. With my mom, she knows that on Mondays after work and Fridays after work, I come to visit her. And if I don't visit her on Friday, like this Friday, I did not visit her, but yesterday we met at the farmer's market and then we went out for breakfast. I still spent time with her on Saturday. So I am flexible in that, but only because of extreme circumstances. And I had something I had to do after work Friday. That is something that you need to work out for yourself. But once you set those boundaries, keep to them because depending on your family member, they may try to push you on those boundaries and you have to be solid on them. Be flexible enough in case of emergencies or extenuating circumstances, but be solid on them on most days. Like 99% of the time, Mondays, Fridays, and then my Sundays are solid. There's 1% of the time that I'm willing to play with, but other than that, I'm pretty solid on that. So now there's a total of 11, and I will post these on the pinned comment, and then I'm also going to try and post them as a downloadable document. Update on Barbara. So they called Tuesday evening at 7:30 to cancel her appointment for 7 a.m. Wednesday morning. I was quite angry. I was actually very angry initially, and then once I calmed down and got some more sleep, because I got woke up to that because I get up really early in the morning. And after I thought about it, it's like, okay, he's a trauma doctor. Like in the case of where Barbara's incident happened, which is we're past the 1 year anniversary now. They were with her from 4 a.m. in the morning till she got out of surgery at 4:35 a.m. the next morning. He and his crew were with her for over 24 hours. The surgery ended at 4:35. and they were back in there visiting her at like 8 a.m. I was like, okay, so what if somebody else was in that same situation? After I thought about it like that, I did calm down. And also, if Barbara did not want me yelling, she should not have been on the phone with them when she woke me up to tell me this. They rescheduled it June 17th, I think. Yay, we'll try this again. There's the update on Barbara. She's handling it very well. But like I said, right now her eye is really hurting her a lot because of the pressure changes in the storm. It's killer. You don't realize how much that pressure affects your body until like that part of your body's not working properly. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you think we should add to this document, stick it down in the comments. Let me know something we can add to it. We can expand upon this as a community together. Have a great week. And remember, I love you guys. See you next week.